Hello everybody, I am D-Beast Topic, Ultimate Part-Time Otaku. It's been like 2 or slightly 3 months since I've uploaded an original video than just my shorts, but I am finally back. However, this one is going to be a compilation of Season 2 of my Danganronpa series called Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting. This is going to be my opinions of these types of characters. You don't have to agree. To those who don't know what Danganronpa is, it's basically a show or a video game where you, as the main character, find out who the culprit was who eliminated the victim. And it's your job to search for clues and evidence to find out who is the culprit behind each victim. If the culprit gets caught, then they'll be easily punished. But if you lose, you and everyone else who isn't a culprit will be punished. So without further ado, make sure you guys hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content, since my end goal will be to achieve 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year or the next. Hi everyone, we are finally back with Danganronpa Characters, well, Season 2 this time, which is Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting. This right here is Rantaro Amami, aka the Ultimate Adventurer / Survivor in a way. So towards the killing game, he survived the last one, but in return, his memories go gone. So basically, having a talent like an Ultimate Adventurer, it's difficult and dangerous to do. So basically, he's been traveling around the world to find his sister while he's doing business at his father's markets. And the thing is, people are telling him to give up on finding them, but he's like, no, I have to do this. To these two interesting people, it's an interesting ship, besides having hidden talents, though, that is, which I'll explain later. Don't forget to follow me and like for part 2. Hey everyone, sorry for the long wait. I'm officially 20 years old now. And this is Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting, part 2. This character right here is Ryoma Hoshi, aka the Ultimate Tennis Pro. And basically he is one of the most tragic Danganronpa characters in the game. And I'll tell you why. Because of his talent, they invited him many times to join the underground tournament. At first he declined, but he played it, which later realized that he was fooled by it and led him to kill a lot of mafias. And because of that, it led to him being alone. After his revenge, he suffered a lot, which caused him to be depressed and suicidal because his loved ones were gone. But then later on, he decided to try and live just for their sake. Like for part 3. We are going to get into it. Since it's another day of this, so Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting, part 3. So basically, this is Karuna Tojo, aka the Ultimate Maid, but I think she has another talent called the Ultimate Prime Minister. And believe me, there's going to be a lot of information and more to it than her. Here's the reason why she's a perfect example of woman of achievement. She actually performed a lot of achievements and completed tasks, which are extremely difficult. And honestly, this makes me think that she was from a royal family or was raised by a royal family. Kind of like Byakuya's and Fuyuhiko's. Remember what I said about her being a prime minister? I wasn't joking. Look at this. Just look at this. From my left and my right. You see? I wasn't kidding. Like, no joke. I guess for her being a maid wasn't enough for completing different tasks. She gave up from maid to running a country. That's a good prime minister move though. And that took place during the Gopher Project, if I may. And the thing is, nobody knew that she was a prime minister. She kept that all a secret. Basically, I kind of ship her with him as well, like I did with part 1. And go ahead, check that out. This is like the definition of an odd couple. And this is why she is the woman of achievement in my book. Would I be friends with her? Yeah, she's definitely okay in my book. Like for part 4. Hey everyone, this is Danganronpa characters I find interesting, part 4. And before we do that, make sure you guys follow for more. This is Mondo Owada, aka the ultimate biker gang leader. He basically led a large motorcycle gang called the Crazy Diamonds, and there's a real reason why he is a leader of them. This is his older brother, Daigo Owada, who was the founder of the group and leader of it. But unfortunately, he died after saving his brother's life from the race of a bicycle accident. Mondo blames himself for his brother's death, but he remembered his last words. He told them to take over their gang and never split them apart. At first, they were rivals, but then they got along perfectly. So that's why I admire this friendship with Ishimaru. Don't forget to like for part 5. Hey everyone, before you watch part 5, I'd like to let you all know that this one is a remake that I once made after I finished making the series. Originally, I once made a video about the Ultimate Programmer himself, but the sound I used for that video was gone, as in either deleted or taken down for copyrighted. So I had to replace the sound I once used to a different one. But unfortunately, it still didn't work because, importantly, I used my voice and I couldn't really hear it after using the new sound. So I didn't want to do a new video about it again. So I just gave up entirely. Until I once saw my previous videos and I realized that I actually made a video about him before in my Honorable Mention Season 1. So I was happy that it was still there, but at an older video. So for now, I decided to just remake it and use a different character instead. So I hope you all enjoy. Hello everyone, I'm DB's Topic, and this is a remake of Danganronpa characters I find interesting, part 5. So today we're going to talk about is Hiyoko Hakagure. Hiriko is street smart, carefree, relaxed, and has a let-live personality. As part of the resistance, she has a high regard of killing, especially that it's senseless, unlike many other survivors of the game. She often improves the situation by asking people to help out by venturing and rescue other remaining survivors left. Before the tragedy, she was a former delinquent and couldn't let go because of her actions she's done in the past, which caused her and her husband to divorce. After she was free from all of her sins, she became a skillful nurse and does everything she can for the goofball we all know and love, Yasuhiro Hagagure. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? This is Danganronpa characters I find interesting, part 6. Before I get into it, follow for more. So today we are going to talk about is Sonia Nevermind, aka the Ultimate Princess. Despite having a talent like that, she is a princess of Novoselic, which is the small European monarchy in where she's from. She's also good at speaking 30 different languages, but to her it's more of a requirement for the royal family. So I could see her and Bakia can get along with that. Plus she's fascinated with serial killers, with Genocide Jill. I really like this ship. It's too adorable. And they both have like a thing to finish other sentences, which causes Kazuichi's annoyance to that. Don't forget to like for part 7. Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? This is Danganronpa characters I find interesting, part 7. Before we get into it, follow for more. So today we're going to talk about Gundam Tanaka, aka the ultimate pet breeder. Despite having a dark personality, he can be caring towards his friends, including animals as well. As the ultimate breeder, he is allowed to tame wild animals, save endangered species, he gives them shelter, and he does animal research on them. When it comes to dangerous animal situations, just give him a call, he can handle it for you. So for the ship, it's still Sonia Nevermind, and it's the same thing in the last video. We are almost at the end of the series, so don't forget to like for part 8. Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today?
This is Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting Part 8. Before you do that, follow for more. And today we're going to do 2 videos for the price of 1. And it's going to be long, so brace yourselves. We are starting off with Piko Pekoyami, aka the Ultimate Swordswoman. Her backstory is well unknown a little bit because her parents abandoned her as a newborn. And because of that, it led to her becoming a personal bodyguard towards the Kuzuru family's original heir and developed feelings for him as she'd gotten older, and she would dedicate her life to protect him at all costs. When it comes to me being her friend, I could get along with her just a little bit, but she is also caring towards her friends and their goals, along with Fuyuhiko's as well. Although she does look intimidating and has serious aura, she also has a soft side for animals as well, and has a lot of fighting experience. I think her and Maki would get along just fine as best friends, and rivals a little bit, sort of. So now we're moving on to the next character, and this is Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu, aka the Ultimate Yakuza. As I said about Piko, the Kuzuryu family is a known Yakuza group. When it comes to talking to him, he can be extremely rude to people and shout insults towards people who either disagree with him or just complain about how he acts or his actions towards them. There's a thing that you should never get on his bad side. Otherwise, he either has a crew waiting for you, or he can fight on his own, or has Piko to back him up. But he kindly warms up to you after what he has done or learned from his own mistakes. Because of why he acts like this, he has self-esteem issues and he has insecurities of whether or not he deserves to have that ultimate title, and he wants his family to be strong. I like how the ship is right here and now, because Piko wants to develop more feelings with him than just being his personal bodyguard, and she wants to openly ask him out and confess her feelings. This actually led to him trying to open up his feelings towards her as well. I think they're a perfect couple in this point. Don't forget to like for part 9. Hey everyone, I'm DB's Topic. Today, this is Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting Part 9. Before we get into it, follow for more for the finale. This is Kimura Naegi, aka the high school level sister of Hope. So during Trigger Happy Havoc, Makoto's motives was his family and he thought they were gone. But actuality, Komaru was actually trapped in a house for 2 years or so. Between her and Makoto, they both have the similar traits, but to her she's more naive and gets into trouble a lot. So they're both special in their own way. Towards the ship, I found them being best friends, and I do like how Toka is opening up to her warmly than just the other survivors in the killing game besides Byakuya. Despite not believing in Hope, she is still a great asset towards herself, Toko, and the Future Foundation. Hey guys, I'm DB's Topic, aka Beast Wonder, and today I'm going to tell you this is Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting Honorable Mentions. But before I get into it, this is going to be 3 characters in one video this time, so be aware that this is going to be a long one. So the first character today is the Ultimate Imposter. He has no name, but that's his talent. I checked around some searches or information, but there is no backstory to him whatsoever, only except about what he can do, per se. So becoming the ultimate imposter, this is literally he can disguise himself as anyone due to his height, and he can fool people, almost actually, because of Maki, Hajime, Shuichi, even Bakuya himself, because he can literally just see through disguise, and Toko, kinda. So to me, he's a bit mysterious. There's no shipping available for him, unless you guys can think of any possible ships for him. Just let me know. The next person on our list is Kurikyo Shinguchi, aka the Ultimate Anthropologist. He also loves studying the culture from around the world and the behavior of people. Not to mention in learning different languages too, besides Sonia. I kind of see him as a S student in the world geography class, or something that revolves with around the world. If y'all don't know what anthropologist is, it's someone who studies anthropology. And what they do is they also study cultures and different languages from around the world, per se. And he's a perfect example of that. Since I'm not going to talk about his ship, I'll tell you the reason why he's doing this. And it's because he was reading this book about cultural anthropology to his sister who was in the hospital due to her illness. She's the one who told him that he can follow that dream if he was curious in it, and he was surprised about that goal. And a few years later, he achieved it. And let me tell you, he was experienced in that folklore ever since. The last person on our list is Mikuru Ikusaba, aka the Ultimate Soldier. Despite being Junko's twin sister, she also has a lot of skills due to her being part of a mercenary group, which later on she came back to Japan and to do a task from Junko to annihilate everyone in the high school. Like, what kind of threw me off or confused me the most is that even though her sister has been manipulating her through her childhood, she still wants to support her and follow orders, despite being, like I said, manipulated or even punished by her if she fails. But in order for her to learn to become an ultimate soldier, she had to train herself with a few firearms and weapons she likes to use. The only ship for Makoto is actually Mikuro herself, because she did say after the killing game is over, she would hook him up with herself, is what she said to him, as like finding a tough girl that will suit for him. And when it comes to finishing the pre-events, that is when she reveals herself to him. As then, and it was confirmed how she also had a crush on him before the whole killing game even happened. Don't forget to leave a like for the finale. Hey guys, y'all made it to the finale. This is Danganronpa Characters I Find Interesting Part 10. This is going to be a good video for the finale, and we're going with 2 characters in one final video. So today we're going to talk about is Kyoko Kuroguri, aka the Ultimate Detective. At the beginning of the killing game, her talent was unknown, which caused her to be mysterious towards other people, and it caused them to not trust her a bit. But actuality, she was investigating about what's been going on, or how did the killing game began. Before she was born, she came from a family of detectives, except for her father, which he was kicked out. But when she was born, she didn't know anything much about him, which led to him being not there for her at her earliest convenience. This is her father, Jin Kuroguri. And during the beginning of the game and anime, he was killed because of Monokuma. The ship for her is actually Makoto. It was clearly obvious that they were a duo and they were good partners during the killing game. And he was always on her side, and so was she. Now, for the final person, this is Hajime Hinata or Izuru Kaminara, and they're both the ultimate mankind hope. So Hajime Hinata didn't have a talent, so he was into a different facility or place of the school as a resource student. But however, he was the last one because the rest of the students were assassinated due to Makuro. During that event, he was led to doing a Kaminara project. Well, he signed up to be the volunteer, which actually made him into Izuru Kaminara. As to become Izuru Kaminara, he finally had the talent, but at the same time, he lost his memories. But when it comes to the mankind's hope, he learns every single talent known to man and woman. But honestly, I would love to have that kind of talent. Well, except losing my memories part, that is, per se. For the ship, I choose Chiaki. I can see this relationship happening more often than just Nagato. But I picture them playing video games together and spend time at the beach, just getting along, you know? I'm DB's Topic, and thank you guys for watching the series.